Hello and welcome to this week's podcast. Today, I want to talk about President Trump's alternative for the Palestinian people. There is a suggestion, and I want you to hear it, what the suggestion is before I go further. I have it in my phone here. Okay, let's go.
Lucky for them, they've lived like hell. They lived like you're living in hell. Gaza is not a place for people to be living. And the only reason they want to go back, and I believe this strongly, is because they have no alternative. What's the alternative? Go where? There's no other alternative. If they had an alternative, they'd much rather not go back to Gaza and live in a beautiful alternative that's safe. You could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return. Why would they want to return? The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest, toughest places on earth. And right now, I've seen every picture from every angle, better than if I were there. And nobody can live there. You can't live there. So if we can build them through massive amounts of money, supply.
Stupid woman, their homes are
they're willing to supply it. If we can build something for them in one of the countries, and it could be Jordan, it could be Egypt, it could be other countries, and you can build 4 or 5 or 6 areas. It doesn't have to be one area.
Safer, a quiet place.
Again, it's happened over and over again, and it's going to happen again as sure as you're standing there, Peter. So I hope that we could do something where they wouldn't want to go back. Who would want to go back? They've experienced nothing but death and destruction.
How many people are you thinking about?
All of them. I mean, we're talking about probably 1.7 million people, 1.7 million, maybe 1.8 million. But I think all of them. I think they'll be resettled in areas where they can live a beautiful life and not be worried about dying every day.
Jewish settlements back in Gaza in the next year. Do you support this idea?
I don't see it happening. It's too dangerous for people. Nobody can go there. It's too dangerous. Nobody wants to be there. Warriors don't want to be there. Soldiers don't want to be there. How can you have people go back? You're saying go back into Gaza now? The same thing's going to happen. It'll only be death. The best way to do it is you go out and you get beautiful, open areas with the sunlight coming through, and
that's not what I meant.
Something nice. They are not going to want to go back to Gaza.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, what is your message to the families of the hostages that look at this deal, that are worried that this deal won't go through? What do you say to them at this moment?
Same message I said from the beginning of the war. Get them out. Get them back. We got over 70%, close to 75%
Okay.
of the people.
This is President Trump's plan for the Palestinian people. This is for Gaza. He wants to make Gaza a Gaza-La-Go. He wants to make it a Riviera. Well, I have heard a lot of people bashing President Trump regarding this plan. But to me, it sounds plausible that someone is going to be settled in a safer place than where they are, killing them every day, killing their babies every day, which I don't think is nice. Okay, it is your land, it is your place, whatever you say, okay, but right now, the place is like a building site, a demolition site. So why not go somewhere where you will be safer, you build up your life, you get your children in a safer place, they start school and everything. Because you've been in that place, that same situation for years, decades, and you are not being successful. So why not move to somewhere else that is, sort of safer for you and your family to live? As for me, I see it as a good plan. It's not like I had people say it's ethnic cleansing, it's their land, and that, And I think that's a stupid idea. It's not ethnic cleansing. Nobody is killing all of the Palestinians. Why should it be ethnic cleansing if you're just moving people from one area to another? That's not ethnic cleansing. It's when you kill one certain type of people in a community, kill all of them, then and we can claim ethnic cleansing. But with this, these people have suffered under this Hamas group, and their babies have been killed. Their children have been turned into child soldiers, and they themselves have been killed. And there's no better life in Gaza. There's no better life in Gaza for the Palestinian people. If you ask me, I would rather move to a safer community than where they want to return to. Like President Trump said, there's no safer place. That's why they want to return to that place. But if you ask them, you prepare a land and build some nice property and housing for them, I'm sure many of them want. You want a place that you have running water. If there's no running water, how can you live? How can you live? So my point is that they should take whatever is offered to them, and I'm sure the Arabs will help. They are prepared to help. There are lots of money. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan, they're all Arabs. They will be able to help them to settle than live in a demolition site. So I hope that some of them, but they are not forcing anybody. They say, who wants to live can live. So I would live. If I was living there, I would live because I want a better life. I don't want to live under bombing and such terrible condition. So I hope they take up that offer, because I see people who are encouraging them, don't leave, it is your land. Why would you leave? That's stupid advice. That's craziness. It's stupid to tell people not to leave a place where there is war. Maybe they are on unspent bomb or whatever they've fired into Israel and Gaza. I mean, people go there and all of a sudden explode, and housing that are there are not strong because they're weakened by the constant bombing. It kills them anyway. So why not go and settle somewhere that you will live in peace? Well, this is a new podcast I've just bring into A Million Praise. And if you want to make any comments, you're welcome to make comments. Or if you want to ask questions, you're welcome to ask questions. And now and again, I will bring in live podcast. And I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast that I have brought for you. And also, I just want to find out what people think about well, say premium Death King subscriber, but you be smile. Okay, how are you? Nipples camera. Okay. So anyhow, ask questions about the topic, and you are welcome, and we discuss about it. Okay, now the other thing I want to discuss about is this Doge thing. There are a lot of people screaming and shouting about Elon Musk. Elon Musk is interfering, is writing paper, taking up their what they call it now, social security number. And what would Elon Musk want to do with their social security number? But these people are just mental. They're just going crazy. You know what they should be doing. They should be thanking Elon Musk for exposing the theft, exposing all the theft that has been going on in America with their money, the US aid. There's no harm in helping another country, a poor country, a developing country. But when you use the money in some frivolous way, then that's where the problem lies. That's where the problem lies. So I would not appreciate if my government is taking my money and spending it on some foolish stuff. Why should I take off my glasses? No, I don't encourage that. My glasses is what makes me see. I shouldn't take off my glasses. Don't you see? Aren't you seeing me? Aren't you seeing me? My glasses is what I see with. So if I take off my glasses, I won't see the screen. So I thank you for participating. So, okay. Whatever the situation. Now I'm talking, I've been talking about this Doge thing. So what do you think about this American US aid thing that is just discussing? We are seeing the Democrat people are demonstrating and thinking that, oh, they are exposing their finance or their private security and things like they're exposing them to security thing. But they were there all the time and they were exposed to all these dangers that were flooding into their country. Now somebody wants to fix the problem and they are complaining. I don't see any sense in that. Now I want to play you a little bit of video regarding that. Let me see if I can get to that, where RFK Jr. is talking about this money that they have wasted. Okay, now I want you to listen. Listen carefully about this one. Let me see.
That's why Secretary Rubio is going to
Okay.
revamp the department and separate the good from the bad.
Okay,
But
this
this
is
is the kind of stuff Mr. Musk found. He found that the USAID gave money to support electric vehicles in Vietnam. Our money, taxpayer money. He found that USAID gave money to a transgender clinic in India. I didn't know that. I bet the American people didn't know that. He found that USAID gave $1.5 million to a Serbian LGBTQ group called Grupa Izladaji. I probably mispronounced that. My apologies. Anyway, they got $1.5 million.
Are you listening what RFK is saying? These are the monies that are wasted overseas.
Hey everyone, I'm Rihanna.
Business community. What else did Mr. Musk found that my colleagues don't want to talk about? Well,
Jake Kennel,
he reviewed a
I
study.
am.
and then went and
Why are
checked
you
it.
telling me
The
that?
study was
Telling me
done by
that
the
you are
Middle
alone?
East Forum.
You're
They
not
found
alone.
that
You're on the
USAID
television, so just
spent
keep watching.
$164 million to support.
I'm just
radical
bringing you
organizations
news,
around the world.
so I hope you enjoyed the news.
We're not talking Cub Scout troops here. We're talking about radical organizations around the world. They gave $122 million of that to groups aligned with foreign terrorist organizations.
Can you imagine?
Our taxpayer money. According to this report in Mr. Musk, the USAID has given millions of dollars to, quote, organizations in Gaza.
Look at that.
controlled by Hamas. Why aren't my colleagues talking about that? Recipients of the money they found have, quote, called for their lands to be cleansed from the impurity of Jews.
Oh dear.
That's who we're giving foreign aid to. What else? I'm not going to spend my whole time talking about this, but nobody else is talking about it. They're just talking about the process. And Mr. Musk, and he's a mean guy, and dollars USAID did for sex changes in Guatemala. He found that we gave $20 million to produce a new Sesame Street show in Iraq.
Oh dear.
He found that we gave $4.5 million of taxpayer money to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan.
Hmm.
He found that we gave $10 million, USAID did, of meals to an Al-Qaeda-linked terrorist group called the Nusra Front. Mr. Musk found that we gave $7.9 million of taxpayer money to a project that would teach Sri Lankan journalists to avoid binary gendered language. The USAID took $8 million and gave it to a bunch of journalists in Sri Lanka to teach them how to avoid binary gendered language. I don't know what the hell binary gendered language is. I think I do. You think most taxpayers would support that? Why aren't we talking about that? The USAID gave $1.5 million to promote LGBT advocacy in Jamaica. They gave $1.5 million to rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem. They gave $1.5 million for, quote, art for inclusion of people with disabilities in Belarus. Another $3.9 million for LGBT causes in Macedonia. $8.3 million for equity and inclusion education in Nepal. I could go all night. And many of my colleagues are upset. They're really mad at Mr. Musk. Hell, I think we ought to give him a medal.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
What he's doing is what President Trump said he was going to do. President Trump said he's going to audit the spending.
Right. So that's the argument that was going on about Elon Musk and the Doge team. Would you not want to know if your government is misspending your money, mishandling your hard-earned tax money, and just foolishness, those foolishness, sex change, LGBTQ, and then Sesame Street in Iraq, and then Gaza, money to buy arms and kill people? Anyway, well, this is all for today. And till I come on live again, I thank you all for watching and contributing. And JK, whatever, I can't even pronounce the name, but I thank you for commenting and participating in the live program. So till I see you next time, have a wonderful and blessed new week. God bless you and keep you. Next time when you come online, please tell me the country you are from. So I would love to know. So I say hi to them. Hello and bye-bye. God bless and keep you. I want to go off now. Yeah.